Welcome back to HEAVEmedia.com's Take It or Heave It,
where we take the albums that we like and we heave the ones that we don't like.
I'm Wes Soltis, editor-at-large of HEAVEmedia.com. Last week we tried 5 albums in 5 minutes, and it was such a rousing success. We're going to do it again.
I'm Ryan Peters. I'm an associate editor at HEAVEmedia.com, and we only got 5 minutes to do it, so we need to get this caboose rolling.
Ready?
Go!
First album we're going to look at is Foals with Antidotes. It comes out on April 8th on Sub Pop Records. You can go to HEAVEmedia.com right now to listen to some unreleased tracks.
The entire album was produced by Dave Sitek of TV on the Radio, but the Foals actually hated the final mix so much that they took the album and completely remixed it by themselves.
While the Foals aren't exactly original, they're original enough to separate themselves from the indie dance infection that's happened over the course of the last couple of years. They take parts of Battles, parts of Block Party, and ironically enough, parts of TV on the Radio to create their sound. I think the standout track on the album is Olympic Airways, as it summons Robert Smith of The Cure. I am definitely going to take this album.
I disagree with Wes about the Foals album. What I like about it is that it tries to distance itself from the sort of punk art dance scene that's been really popular lately with bands like Block Party and the Kaiser Chiefs, but I don't think that it's always entirely successful. It tries to run on being really unique, and it sort of just ends up being kind of grating. So there's a lot of talent in the band, and future releases might be successful, but I'm going to heave this one.
The next album is Black Keys with Attack and Release. It came out on April 1st on None Such Records.
A lot of people assume that the band's name is a reference to the keys on a piano, but they actually got their name from a friend who had schizophrenia and used to refer to people as Black Keys when he thought that they weren't quite right in the head.
The Black Keys never get the credit they deserve, as they are overshadowed by the White Stripes, but I think they're going to come out of the woodwork with this Danger Mouse produced album. It takes part R&B, part British Invasion, and mostly Southern rock to create a sound that I think your dad would be proud that you're listening to. I'm definitely going to take this album.
If you're looking for like a late 60s, early 70s blues rock garage band sound to it, and you're tired of sitting out in your garage drinking beer and listening to your dad's old Led Zeppelin records, then you probably want to go out and get the Black Keys album. It's fantastic, it's really gritty, a lot of big melodies to it, and it's really well produced. I'm definitely going to be taking it.
The next album we're going to look at is Fuck Buttons with Street Horror Scene. Came out on March 18th on ATP Recording.
Fuck Buttons are out on their spring tour right now, so you can go to their website and check out and see if they're going to be coming to your town anytime soon.
There's a type of psychedelic drone that's happening on Fuck Buttons that is made even more unique by the tribal drumming that is consistent throughout the album. Normally I don't like noise rock, but for some reason Fuck Buttons really drew me in. I think it's because the tribal screaming scared the shit out of me. I'm definitely going to take this album.
Fuck Buttons get major points in my book just for naming the band Fuck Buttons, which sounds like the awesome name to some like mangy old household cat that you've had for 15 years and you're just kind of hoping it's going to die. But unfortunately, it also sort of sounds like the soundtrack that you might experience at an orgy that's gone bad. There's some great beats going on in the background, but the kind of penchant that they have for throwing in animal sound effects and like tribal drums and everything just sort of messes up whatever groove they have going. I like the band, and again, I think that future releases might be good. Did not like this one though. I'm definitely going to be heaving it.
Next up for review is Elf Power with In a Cave. It came out on March 25th on Ryko Records.
Elf Power is actually part of the Elephant Six collective out of Athens, Georgia, along with Neutral Milk Hotel, Apples in Stereo, Olivia Tremor Control, Of Montreal, and a whole bunch of other bands.
I feel that Elf Power had a problem with its production on this album and trying to find its identity. At one point, the production seems really clean, but it seemed like they were trying to hold on to their Elephant Six collective dirty-sounding recording. This created a mismatch on the album that I didn't necessarily like. I'm definitely going to heave this album.
The thing that I really like about the new Elf Power album is that it expands on what is already good with the band in a lot of ways. On this album, it sounds like they use the studio space a lot more. The band just has a fuller, thicker sound, which I think plays really, really nicely into the type of songs that they write, which on this album are throwbacks to late 60s psychedelic pop. There's a lot of variety on the album, and it's got a lot of replay value to it, so I'm definitely going to be taking it.
Lastly is The Kills with Midnight Boom. It came out on March 18th on Domino.
The two band members met in a really interesting way. They were staying in the same hotel, and Alison Mosshart heard Jamie Hintz practicing in the room above hers, went upstairs, introduced herself, and the rest is music history.
It's impossible to deny that The Kills' music is sexy in an almost uncomfortable way. The album is only 33 minutes long, but it's 33 minutes of art glam punk that'll surely make you dance and want to start a band with your friends. I am definitely going to take this album.
For me, the Kills album was more of a mixed bag. I think it's hampered by too many mid-tempo tracks, which makes it difficult to distinguish one song from the next. But at the same time, there's this really, really interesting mix between distortion and like groove guitar going on. And there's also a really interesting combination of computerized beats and actual organic drumming, which I think overall makes the album definitely worth a listen. I'm going to be taking it.
So to recap, I thought the Foals mixed battles, block party, and TV on the radio for an intriguing fresh sound, while Ryan felt there was nothing special about it. The Black Keys had an infusion of R&B, British rock, and Southern rock that we both thought worked great. As for Fuck Buttons, I thought the tribal drumming was great, but Ryan thought there were too many weird effects. Elf Power had mixed production that I felt hampered the album, but Ryan thought it had a great appreciation for late 60s and early 70s pop. As for the Kills, I thought it was sexy in an almost uncomfortable way, while Ryan liked the album, but he thought there were too many mid-tempo tracks. That'll do it for this week's Take It or Heave It, where we reviewed 5 albums in 5 minutes.
And you can go to the website right now and read our interview with the Ravenettes.
I'm Wes Soltis.
And I'm Ryan Peters, HEAVEmedia.com, music and culture for the open mind.
For more music, movies, and culture reviews, visit HEAVEmedia.com. Thanks to the Polish Ambassador for creating our theme music. For more information, visit thepolishambassador.com.
Come here, Mr. Fuck Buttons.